This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. A federal judge in Miami has issued a split decision in a lawsuit about detainees' rights at the Migrant Detention Center in the Florida Everglades. Late yesterday, a U.S. district judge dismissed part of the suit and moved the case to a different jurisdiction. He ruled that claims about detainees at what the state calls Alligator Alcatraz lacking confidential access to lawyers or hearings were moot. The Trump administration recently designated the Chrome North Processing Center near Miami for their cases. Civil rights attorneys had sought a preliminary injunction to ensure detainees have access to lawyers and hearings. A panel of federal judges upheld a 2022 Florida Senate redistricting plan. Yesterday, the judges rejected arguments that a Tampa Bay-area district was racially gerrymandered and violated constitutional equal protection rights. Rob Lorai, a co-founder of WMNF and television host at WEDU, died Sunday at 70 years old. Lorai announced that he had cancer in March. We asked people who knew him, who was Rob to you and what legacy did he leave?
I've known Rob Lorai for a long time. I knew him as the news director over at WMNF, and I appeared on his show many, many times at Florida This Week. I was always impressed by Rob. He had an insatiable curiosity. He was a great journalist. He knew his community. He was a great communicator, and he had a good heart. He came from a time when journalists were raised to try and change the world by delivering the news. And Rob always tried to better his community by letting people know what was happening in Tampa.
His loss is huge for the WMNF family, but also for the bigger Tampa Bay area community. He was so influential in how things were covered in this area. Rob showed me the importance of really highlighting voices of the voiceless, so to speak, getting the people from the community. WMNF is obviously a community radio station, and it's really centered around voices from the community. That was something that the news department had already established when I got here in 2000, and something that I try to do my best to continue to maintain that.
For over 40 years, Rob Lorai was my friend. It was exciting to find WMNF when I was new to Tampa, and Rob became an important part of a friend group that changed my life. He was interested in everything, which made him endlessly interesting to talk with. He was smart, which made him fun to argue with. And he had a way of focusing on you that made you think you were equally fascinating. I always liked spending time with Rob, on air and off. And I was in awe of the grace with which he navigated his illness. I will miss him always.
Well, we just heard the voices of La Gaceta editor-in-chief Patrick Montega, WMNF host and Florida Phoenix senior reporter Mitch Perry, and WMNF DJ Marcy Finkelstein speaking about the legacy of Rob Lorai, who died Sunday. The Boys and Girls Club of Sarasota and DeSoto counties is tackling food insecurities with their new project called Garden for Good. WMNF's Leah Burdick reports the group will host a youth-led town hall tomorrow to speak with local leaders about community issues and to showcase their garden.
The Garden for Good is part of a project to help empower youth to identify issues, develop solutions, and take action. This Boys and Girls Club recognized an issue with food insecurity and found a way to help food banks. Maria Kay is a 16-year-old volunteer who says this project was created after they realized there was a need in the community.
So we noticed these food deserts, and we wanted also ensure that food banks have fresh, healthy foods and not just a lot of times like canned and dry foods. So that was definitely part of the reason why we started it, because we wanted healthy food to be accessible to everybody.
Through their Garden for Good, the youth have learned to build, prepare soil, and harvest crops. UGL is a 15-year-old volunteer.
We donated over 5 pounds of fresh vegetables to Harvest House within our first couple months.
Youth have grown over 5 pounds of radishes, some watermelon, and other vegetables that can withstand the Florida heat. Teens from the Boys and Girls Club of Sarasota and DeSoto counties will host a youth-led town hall on August 20th to educate local leaders about community issues, including food insecurity. For WMNF News, I'm Leah Burdick.
Scattered thunderstorms this afternoon, highs in the low 90s. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early tonight with overnight lows in the mid-70s. And tomorrow, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible with highs in the mid-90s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.